Good morning, children. Let us welcome our next session of online classes. Today we are going to see ninth class physical science chapter motion. From second chapter, we will see motion, chapter number 3. So regarding motion, in the previous classes also we have learnt what is motion and what are the different types of motion. Okay, we have studied about different types of motion like rectilinear motion, rotatory motion, circular motion, and periodic motion, etc. Okay, what is rectilinear motion? Children, rectilinear motion is nothing but when the object is moving in the straight line path. Okay, for example, if the object is moving from point A to point B, this movement will be, entire path is in the straight line. Then the object is moving from point A to point B in the straight line path. Then it is called as, the object is said to be in the rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means the object is moving in the straight line path. Straight path. Okay, again we need not recall all the types of motions because we have already learnt about different types of motion in our previous classes only. Children, in our daily life, we will be seeing many examples for motion. That is, the earth is moving, all the planets are moving, the objects are moving, like the people around us also moving. See here, when the earth is moving, we are not experiencing the motion of the earth. The earth is also in motion, but we are not experiencing the motion of the earth. So children, before going in detail about the topic motion, first of all, we need to understand the meaning of some terms. Relative motion. In order to understand the remaining topics of motion, first of all, we need to understand the term relative motion. What is relative motion? To understand about relative motion, first of all, we will see some easier words and we will try to relate them. For example, if you take a statement containing some words, all the time when you arrange these all words by following all the English grammar properly, you arrange all these words to form a statement. Does this statement gives the complete correct meaning? May not be all times, because it depends upon the relation between the words. The statement will be having the correct meaning when there is relation between the words. Suppose if we say that the water is triangular. Here, the word water is different and triangular is different. The water is actually do not have any shape. It is being a liquid. The shape of the liquid always depends upon the container. It doesn't have any definite shape, as we have studied earlier. So the water is triangular, means triangular is indicating the shape of the substance. So, but there is no proper relation between the words here. The water and the circular. There is no proper relation between the two words. Hence, we can say that there is no proper meaning to the statement. So, the another one, right and left. Right and left. Suppose if a house is there, person A is standing here, person B is standing this side of the house, and person A is moving in this direction, person B is moving in the opposite direction, like this. Person A is moving from left to right. Okay, person B is in the opposite direction, that means he is coming from right to left. Okay, now what is the position of the house? Is it right or left? If we ask that kind of question, here two persons will answer they will give two different answers. Person A will say that this house is towards the left to my side. This house is left of my side, he will say. That means this house is lying towards the left of person A, while he is moving from left to right in this direction. When he is moving in this direction, the house will be lying towards the left of person A. When the person B is, as he is moving in this direction, that is in the opposite direction from right to left, this house will be towards the right side of this person B. Here there is no one answer. Two different answers are coming in the same situation for the same object. Here the object is house. We are talking about the position of the house. But two persons are giving two different answers, because depending upon the view of the person, view of the observer who is observing. Okay. That is about right and left, day and night. If you take this example, day and night, if what is the time now? What is the time now? That means it is the day or night now. Is it day or night? Then if this question is asked, we cannot give a proper answer for this question without where the question is asked actually, without mentioning without indicating the point where the question is being asked. Without indicating the point where the question is being asked, we may not give the proper answer, because upon the earth at the same time at two different points, two different situations will be there. At one point of the earth it may be daytime, and the opposite side of the earth it may be the night time at the same instant of time. So without indicating exactly the where the question is being asked, without indicating the point where the question is being asked, we may not give the proper answer for this type of questions. Because if the person is living in Hyderabad, the person who is living in Hyderabad is, suppose if it is daytime for the person A who is living in Hyderabad, and if the person B is living in New York or somewhere in America, then it will be the night time. If the day is for person A, then for person B it will be the night time, like that, depending upon the observer who is observing. So in our daily life we will be coming across many such situations where the answer will be depending upon the observer. So this is called relative. Okay, relative motion means also we will be seeing with more clarity. Now we will try to see what is relative motion. Relative motion. Okay, with one small example we will try to understand what is relative motion. Okay, here I have drawn one compartment of the train. Okay, let us assume this is one compartment of the train. Here passenger A sat here and passenger B sat here. Two passengers sat inside the one compartment of train. And here upon the platform, here, this is the platform. Here also one person, suppose person C sat here. Okay, he is observing these two passengers. And according to this person C, because this person C is at rest, he is not moving, person C is at rest. Simply he sat there and observing that the train. These two persons are sitting inside the train. The train is moving. Then these persons A and B are also moving along with the train. Then according to the person C, A and B are both of them are moving. That means their position is changing according to the time. That means the train is moving in this direction and passengers also moving along with the train. That means they are in the motion according to the person C. Now this A and B are both of them are in the motion. A and B, both of them are in the motion. When the question is being asked from the person C. Okay. Now suppose if C is not there here, A and B are talking with each other. Now what is the position of B according to the person A? A will say what is the position of the person B according to the person A. Here as they are both of them are sitting together, according to the view of A, the person B position is not changing. Hence B is said to be in rest. Okay, person B is said to be in rest according to the person A. In the view of person A, B is said to be in the rest because the position is not changing. When we can say that the object is in the motion, or object or person or vehicle is said to be in the motion? When it is said to be in the motion, when the position of the object or position of the person is gradually changing from time to time, along with the time. If the position of an object changes gradually along with the time, then we can say that the object is said to be in the motion. If suppose there is no change in the position of the object along with the time, then we can say that the object is at rest. Okay, with the time we have to compare whether the position of the object is changing with the time or not. Based on that we can say that whether the object is in motion or rest. Okay, so here these two persons, when they are observing each other position is not changing with respect to time. Hence according to the person A, person B is said to be in the rest, and similarly the person A is also said to be in the rest according to the person B. both of them are, according to the view of one another, both of them are said to be in the rest only. But the train is moving. Okay. And they both are said to be in the motion according to this person. As we have already discussed that, according to the person C who sat on the platform, who sat here outside the train, these two persons are said to be in the motion. But the same persons are said to be in the rest according to the view of one another. So this all depends upon the observer who is observing. Okay. First thing is, the object is said to be in the motion or it is said to be in the rest depending upon the observer who is observing. Okay, depending upon the observer. And the next one is the thing which is being observed. Observer is observing what? Okay, the thing which is being observed. The object or the thing which is being observed. The thing which is being observed. So here, depending on observer, only the answer will be there. Whether it is motion, whether the object is said to be in the motion or it is said to be in the rest, it all depends upon the observer and also the thing which is being observed. Hence, due to these reasons, we can say that motion is relative. Motion is said to be the relative. Why the motion is said to be relative? Because we need not give any exact answer. Whether the object is said to be in the motion or rest means we cannot give exact and proper suitable answer. And which is only the correct answer in all situations. It may not be correct for all situations, means for all observers it may not be the correct. So it depends upon the observer who is observing. Hence, we can say that it is relative motion. Motion is said to be the relative motion. Okay. Okay, children. Thank you for watching. We'll meet with another topic in the next session.